here, and it's chilly this morning. It's probably, well, when I woke up at 6 o'clock it was about -27 without the wind chill. So let me just turn the tractor on. Now, I'll just show you what I got my setup here for doing firewood. So I built this, I'm gonna put those earmuffs right there for now. So I built this processor out of just a bunch of scrap steel I had kicking around. Let me set these up here so I can kind of point out what we got going on here. Can't really see, the lighting's not very good with that sun. But anyways, I'll kind of explain what I got. I guess it might be just as easy to get these out of here. For now. There we go. Alright, now I can show you better. So, this used to be a splitter, a portable, like a tow behind splitter. And then I converted it into a processor. So you can see along there's the I-beam there's your hydraulic tank, and the motor's under there, and your valves. And then I just welded this frame onto it here, and then your log deck up top here. And then all I use to advance the log ahead is I got a winch right there, 3,000 pound winch, which is more than enough. And then I just got a cable going down underneath the deck, and then in this slot right here, the cable rides there, and then up right there. That's what hooks onto the back of the log. So it's just a simple bracket I made. It just pulls the butt of the log forward, and then I got my, once I get down to the last cut, I need some way to hold the log, so I just made this simple log clamp here. You just pull it down, works pretty good. And then as far as cutting the blocks, I just got my chainsaw mounted on a pivot here, and it just pivots like that. It's good and solid. And I just use your simple chain to get your length. I cut everything at 16 inches. That's the most common. So, and then I just got my splitter there, and then I welded up a 4-way wedge. It's a fixed 4-way wedge, so it does pretty good. There's the odd time when I get into the big stuff. Obviously, you're gonna have to cut it again, but you can't really get away from that because you don't want to be selling great big pieces of firewood. So, and then for the table, I just got some steel table, and then I just actually got a few those blue barrels, and I just cut them in half. Or actually, I think that's a few pieces of it, maybe 3. And then I just use that as a floor, so it's nice and slippery. So then when you split a piece of wood, it just keeps advancing the wood off the end here and into a pile. And for now, all I do is just, once it gets kind of backed up a bit, I just take the tractor with the bucket and just kind of shove it into the other pile. So until I got my conveyor going, I got an old hay elevator that I'm gonna convert into a firewood like a conveyor. So, and then I'll eventually make it so the conveyor backs right up to the end of the processor here, and it just falls right onto the conveyor. But with the holidays, the steel shop isn't open, so probably this week I'm hoping to get some steel for it. and then I can finish her up. But yeah, that's how I do my firewood. It was just a bunch of scrap steel. I mean, I don't think I bought any steel for it. It was just kind of stuff I had kicking around. Yeah, it's not the prettiest thing, but it definitely does the job. Obviously, it's always a work in progress whenever you're building something, because you think you got it good, and then next thing you know, you go and try it, and you notice something that isn't up to par. So it's back into the shop and work on it some more. But I just put just a cheap Princess Auto motor on here. It's a 9-horse motor. The last month or so here, it's been pretty mild so far, but I think the cold weather's coming. So last night was just a little bit of a taste, I think. But that's it. So I'm gonna work away at this today. Girlfriend Becky, she should be home soon to give me a hand. But all I do is, excuse me, I just got a load of logs here, and I just throw it up on the deck with the tractor, the Kubota BX23S, and in full length. Now obviously the deck's only, I think it's 9 feet long, and that the forwarder bracket, it won't stay on the end of the log. I should actually just weld a chunk of plate on there with like a bolt, like a sharpened bolt, kind of like a spike, so then I could just drive it into the end of the log. I thought about doing that, but then I was thinking, well, if the log ever turns, then when it comes to the end, when that bracket comes onto the table, it might not be lined up. So for now, I just throw the log on whole, and then I just go to the end of the log with the tractor and just give it a quick little pull or push with the frame on the fork there until I get to the end of the deck bed, and then I can hook the winch onto it and pull it the rest of the way through. But you know, I'm quite happy with how it works. Definitely is a lot easier than bucking in the logs into rounds and then picking them up and then splitting them by hand. I do have another splitter, another one I built out of it used to be a 3-point hitch splitter for a tractor. I actually bought it for my Kubota, but I didn't realize the pump was only pumping about 6 gallons a minute, so it was really slow, just like watching paint dry. So that didn't last long, so I put wheels on it and a table on it. I put a Honda motor on it. It's been great. So it's nice and small, so it's nice and nimble for getting close to the pile, and any big stuff that comes off the processor, that just goes straight to that splitter. But I've got it set up pretty good, really. I mean, it was a few years getting everything together, but I think we finally pretty much got it. And then we will be selling firewood eventually, so I got my dump trailer over there, so it's ready to go. Well, yeah, I just thought I'd take this friggin' beautiful day. It's chilly, but the sun's gorgeous. There ain't a cloud in the sky, so you can't really complain. Even though it's cold, you just dress for the coldness and enjoy the beautiful weather. So I'm gonna get back at her, guys, and appreciate you sticking around. If you like this video and you want to hit that subscribe button, that'd be much appreciated. Hit that like button and click that little bell so you can get notified whenever I make another video. Alright guys, have a good day. Take care.